Yo, Kpaceguy here. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Yo, Kpaceguy here. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of 7 Reasons Why. This is 7 reasons why you should upgrade your old receiver. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about 7 different reasons why your old receiver needs to get out of there and you need to replace it with a new one. And when I say old, I'm thinking maybe 4 or 5 years old, all the way down 10, 11, 12, or however long you've had it. And I know there's going to be some subjectiveness in the comment section, and a lot of you guys are going to say, well, the old stuff sounds better than the new stuff. I'm not going to argue against that because I'm 26 now and I haven't really been into a lot of the old home theater and audio equipment. So I'm not going to get into that battle with you, but I'm going to tell you 7 reasons why a lot of you guys should upgrade your old receiver. So starting with number 7 is going to be wireless music streaming. For those who really like music, for those who like Bluetooth speakers or listening to music while they clean the house or they're doing homework for the young kids or whatever the case may be, wireless music streaming is awesome to have. You have AirPlay, you have Tidal, some people still use TuneIn, some people still use Rhapsody if that's still a thing. You have Spotify, and then what else is there? There's Pandora and iHeartRadio. So many ways to stream music wirelessly throughout your system. And they come built into receivers nowadays. Even the base receivers for $200, $300 come with some sort of streaming of the sort. So when you're just listening to music casually, or you're cleaning the house, or maybe you're rearranging something, or cooking dinner, or whatever the case may be, you can have your whole room filled with really good music right from your receiver. You don't need a secondary source. You don't need a Bluetooth speaker or any kind of extra speakers, Sonos, stuff like that. You don't need any of that. You have it all right there in your home theater system, and receivers give you that package right there for you without any extra cost or whatever. So wireless music streaming may be something you're into that you do now, but you don't use your receiver to do it because it doesn't have the capabilities. But if you upgrade your receiver, you can get yourself into wireless music streaming and listen to your music across all platforms and all different types of music streaming services, and a lot of them are absolutely free to use. So that's reason number 7 to upgrade your receiver. Reason number 6 is going to be more connections. And when I say connections, I'm speaking more towards the HDMI connections. We all have Blu-ray players, and then we have a Fire Stick and an Apple TV, and then we have our laptop and this, that, and the other. And all of those take different HDMI ports. And so instead of cluttering your TV, which probably only has 2 or 3 ports now, instead of cluttering your TV with a whole bunch of HDMIs and making it look all messy, you can keep that nice and tidy all in one central hub, your receiver. Receivers nowadays come with like no less than like 6 or 7 HDMIs, a few on the front, most of them on the back, and you can plug every device known to man back there on your receiver. Not only do they have HDMIs, but most of them still keep the legacy inputs and outputs. Those are the RCA cables and composite video and all that stuff, components, all that stuff. You can hook up whatever you want to your receiver and have it go straight to your TV or your projector or whatever you have. You can have it all right there in one central hub. Everything's nice and organized. You can label it, so you can name it DVD player, name one 4K Fire Stick, name one laptop input, whatever you want to call it. You can have it all nice and neat, all in your receiver. So when you want to change inputs, it's just a click of a button and everything is right there under one control. So that's going to be reason number 6. Reason number 5 as to why you should upgrade your old receiver is going to be smart devices. And that's a tablet, a computer, your cell phone. Most people have touch phones nowadays. And you can use that to not only control your receiver, but you can also use it to stream things to your receiver, get updates. You can use EQ apps to fine-tune your music in your home theater, and all that good stuff right there on your smart device. And so nowadays, through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, you can communicate with your system. Like I said, most people have an iPhone or some kind of Android phone that has Wi-Fi and apps capabilities and all that stuff. And there's apps out there that allow you to EQ your sound, or if you want to do some troubleshooting issues or whatever you want to do, you can communicate back and forth with the receiver with your smart smart devices. And again, on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet, whatever you have, you can stream music that way, Spotify playlists, you can stream YouTube to it if you want to. You can even wirelessly cast, like if let's say I had a video on my phone I wanted to watch, I can cast that video over to my receiver or to my TV and have it play on the sound system instead of just on my little phone. So you can do a lot of different things with a smart device if you upgrade your receiver that has Wi-Fi and has Bluetooth connectivity and all of those other things. It really opens up what your receiver can do and what you can get out of it. So that's going to be reason number 5. Alright, so before we go on to number 4, I do want to go ahead and announce that if you haven't heard the big news, I'm bringing back Subscriber Showcase for Season 4. So if you haven't already, what I need you to do is if you have a nice home theater, if you have any kind of game room with sound, if you have a nice car system, whatever you have, if you have a home theater right now or a car audio system, what I want you to do is take a few photos or make a video and submit it to me, and I'm going to put it on my channel to showcase to everybody. So what you need to do is send me a list of all your components. So if you have a home theater, send me your projector, your seats, what's the speakers you're using, what's the cables you're using, what's the receiver or the amplifier. Send me a list as well as 8 or 9 pictures that correspond so I can put them on screen, or you can shoot me a video, which I prefer. Shoot me a video and I'll put it on the screen for you guys. If you have a car audio system, send me the amps. What wires are you using? Did you upgrade your electrical? Is your alternator different? What's your head unit? Send me all of that in the list of everything that you have, and then send me a few pictures or a video of it as well, and I'll post it right here. Also, make sure you leave me what name you'd like to be called. If you don't want to go by your regular name, let me know a name to call you. And if you don't mind being called by your name, let me know your name. So send me that to my email at xboxtube@live.com, or you can find me on Facebook at Kyle Pace or on Instagram at Kpaceguy. Submit that, because you have the rest of February, because we're rolling into March. I'm going to start posting people's stuff. I've already got a few entries already, so don't miss out. Reason number 4 is going to be high-res audio. And for those who don't know what high-res audio is, I'm going to make it really simple. I'm going to give you the most simplistic definition I can give you. So high-res audio is measured in bits, 16-bit, 24-bit. And the higher the number, the better quality of high-res audio you're getting. So high-res audio allows you to pretty much get the best sound quality you can, better than CD quality. And so the better quality you can get coming out of your speakers, the best sound possible that is. So if you have a receiver that doesn't have high-res audio, you're not hearing the best sound possible. Now again, I know there's people out there who think the older stuff sounds better than newer stuff, and I can't argue with you. I won't try it. But what I can argue with is that high-res audio is the way to go. Speakers are now being high-res audio certified. Receivers and amplifiers are getting high-res audio badges. And so it's the best of the best sound. The bigger the bit, the better sound quality. And that's as simple as I'm going to put it. I'm not going to go into any more depth or detail. But you want to look for that symbol. Most receivers nowadays are stamping that badge. I know Sony is a company who always has high-res audio on their branding. I know the new Polk Audio Legend speakers are high-res audio certified as well. So it's a badge that you want to see, because that tells you that you're going to be hearing the best audio possible, but you have to feed it the best audio to get the best audio. So you want to get the best quality coming from your system, and the best way to do that is to upgrade to a high-res audio receiver or amplifier. That's going to be reason number 4. Reason number 3 as to why you should upgrade your old receiver is 4K, 8K capabilities. You may have that best projector, you may have the biggest and baddest TV, but your sound has to match. And not only does your sound have to match, your receiver has to be able to play back the 4K and 8K content that you're feeding it. So if you have a big projector or a really nice TV, you want to complement that with a really good receiver or amplifier. And the best way to do that is try to keep up with the current stuff that's out there. And it's hard to do. It gets expensive. Things are constantly changing. But 4K is here, and it's here to stay. And things are starting to roll over to 8K. 8K TVs from Samsung and LG and things like that. Those are still way out there, but they're coming, and it's inevitable. And so you want a receiver that's going to be able to keep up with some of the future tech that's coming into play. And so 4K and 8K is actually really important coming in, because 1080p is kind of out the door. That used to be the norm, but now 4K is the norm now. You're getting monitors and TVs and projectors and things are all in 4K. And then you have Xboxes that can play 4K capabilities. Their Blu-ray players are built into Xboxes, giving you Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision. 4K is the thing. And so you want a receiver that's gonna be able to reproduce 4K. You don't wanna be watching a 4K Blu-ray in 1080p. You're missing out on a lot of different color options. You're missing out on def, HDR capabilities, a lot of different things. So you want your sound to sound good, high-res audio, but you also want your picture to be great, 4K and 8K. And so your receiver has to be up to par, or you're gonna be missing out on a lot of good picture quality. And picture quality is just as important as sound. So that's gonna be reason number 3. Reason number 2 is going to be the number of speakers, the number of channels that your receiver amplifier is capable of reproducing. So my Monolith has 7 channels, my Marantz has a total of 11, and so I can run a full Dolby Atmos system. I can run 5 speakers on the bottom and 4 at the top. I can run 7 speakers at the bottom, 4 on the top, 2 subwoofers, whatever I want to do. And a 7.2.4 is kind of the norm, or a 5.2.4 or a 5.2.2. You can go as big as 11 or 13 channels now. And you want to be able to have as many speakers as you can, because honestly, virtual sound is cool, meaning speakers fool your ears of thinking they're there, but there's nothing better than putting a speaker in that spot and actually hearing Dolby Atmos or hearing DTS-X or OLED or Dolby Digital or whatever the case may be, or DTS True HD, whatever the case may be. There's nothing better than having a room full of sound. It really envelops you. And the more speakers you have in your room, the better you're gonna have that realism of being in that spaceship, or being in outer space, or being in that rocket, or in that thunderstorm. The more speakers you have, it's just gonna be more realistic if they're placed correctly. And so receivers nowadays, they have like 5 channels at their smallest, and they go up to 13 channels, and you can get a pretty good amount of channels for not a lot of money. I think you can get like 9 channels of amplification out of receiver for like $400, $500. It's not a lot to some, and it may be a lot to some people. It's subjective, but it's out there. And so your receiver may be a 2-channel stereo, which you don't have to get rid of, but have a home theater receiver and then have your stereo receiver to do 2 different jobs. Or maybe your current receiver only has 5 channels, so you have a 5.1 system, and maybe you want a 7.1, or maybe you want an extra subwoofer and don't have a second output. If you upgrade your receiver, you get more outputs, you get options for 2 subs or 4 subs. You can run 7 speakers, 9 speakers, 11 speakers. You can bi-amp your speakers, which means give them more power. If you don't want to run 7 channels, you can use the extra 2 channels to power some really, really good speakers. You can do all sorts of things when you open up the channels that your receiver has. So I'm definitely gonna have to put that as number 2. Now, reason number 1 is gonna be where all the comments are gonna come from my old heads out there. Reason number 1 is going to be better sound quality. Now let me explain for all those who are ready to type there in the comments, better sound quality overall. Now for music, this may be subjective, but for home theater, I think it's plain and simple. You upgrade your receiver, you're getting all the audio formats, you're getting a little more power in channels, you're getting a little more advanced high-res audio, you're getting a room calibration, EQ wizards, and all that good stuff. You're getting all that when you upgrade your receiver from the old style. Doesn't have HDMIs and doesn't have calibration and doesn't have a lot of channels, not a lot of power, whatever the case may be. Now when it comes to stereo receivers, that's a different story. I think some stereo receivers still sound better way long ago than some do now. And you may be right. Again, I'm not gonna fight with you on that one. That's all you guys. But when it comes to home theater specifically, the better the receivers, the newer the receivers are, the better the sound quality tends to be. When I jumped from my old, I had a Marantz 7009, like 6-7 years ago when Dolby Atmos just came out, and I thought that was the best thing on earth. But I was a little late jumping into the 4K and the Dolby Atmos bandwagon. I was a little bit late. And so I was like a year or so behind, and new things came out. And so I thought I was the man, you know? I had a pretty good receiver. It was Marantz, and it had Dolby Atmos in it, 4K. I was like, yeah, you know? But I started listening to other people's home theaters and going out and shopping and looking around, and I saw the new stuff, and I was like, wow, that sounds a lot better. Oh, that has a better calibration system. That has better HDMIs. This is obsolete already. And so when I made that upgrade, it was actually a big difference for me, especially in home theater. And so I think nowadays receivers are getting better and better and better. Some of them at least, like Yamaha, Marantz, Denon, things like that. They're doing very well now. And so I know things are changing all the time, but if you can keep up and upgrade every 3, 4, maybe 5 years, you can continue to hear changes in audio quality and capability and all that good stuff. Now, older receivers, I think the debate between why people say old receivers sound better than new ones is because the true power that you had in them, the beefiness, the sheer weight of the old receivers just don't make any sense compared to the new ones. I think receivers back then are like 50-something pounds, 60-something pounds. They put some true power into receivers. You could power some good speakers off of receiver power. Nowadays, you can't really do that. Nowadays, if you want to have a super good system, you have to get external amplification, da-da-da-da. So I think that's where a lot of people are kind of like, Kyle, I'm not too sure if you're right. But in general, upgrading your receiver will give you a lot better sound quality. It gives you better calibration. It gives you calibration in general if you don't have it. Unlocks 4K, 8K. It does a lot of things for you. So I'm gonna have to put sound quality as my absolute #1 reason. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for 7 reasons why you should go and upgrade your old receiver. Tax season is here. I know you got that money in the bank now, so maybe you should take a look around and see what's out there. I know there's some new things rolling out for 2020, so you may find something really good. You don't have to get rid of your old equipment, but maybe add something to it to make it better, or maybe have a dedicated receiver for music and have one for home theater or whatever the case may be. So that's just my little 2 cents. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. And let me know also, currently, what's your current year of your receiver and your amplifier? Tell me right now, what was your last time you upgraded? Was it 2011? Is your receiver 2013? Is it 2019? Let me know in the comments down below what age your receiver is right now. Hit that like button while you're there and subscribe if you're not already. We'll see you in the next video. Kpaceguy out. Peace.